Grab your favorite beverage and snack, settle into a comfy chair, set your phone to silent, and buckle up, Buttercup, because it's time for Dad's Talk Tech. Oh, and no talking.
All right, welcome back to the channel and welcome to episode 4. We've made it through day 4 of our 7 episodes and 7-day marathon.
You know, we're really pretty fortunate that our audience seems to have a very high threshold for corny humor.
Either that or they're gluttons for punishment, but either way, we're excited you're back.
We have something very different for you today. Today, we are going to discuss some things that you should do prior to purchasing an induction cooktop.
Keith, are you just saying that because your cooktop is gas?
Well, honestly, there are some things to be aware of if you're looking at induction, and those things have nothing to do with the fact that I happen to have a gas cooktop and the fact that you happen to have an induction cooktop, and which one of those things might happen to be better.
Okay, but part of me thinks there's some competition lurking below the surface in your statement. But we can go ahead and proceed for now.
Well, there's nothing really to be competitive about, right, Nessa? I mean, we all know that gas would win in a race against induction.
Okay, here we go. That's what I suspected was going on. What do you say we cover some of the information about induction cooktops and then we put gas and induction to the test?
Sounds good to me. How about we see which one boils water faster for pink slips?
I'm good with a race, Keith, but for pink slips? How's that gonna work?
Pinks, you punk. Pink slips, ownership papers.
All right, hearing it out loud again makes me realize that doesn't quite make sense, but I do have a surprise unboxing for this episode.
Oh, Keith, I do love a good surprise.
So, let's jump into the cooktop information that everybody's on the edge of their seat waiting for, shall we?
Perfect. Let's get started with the number one consideration. Is your home currently set up for a cooktop or a slide-in range? And what size is it?
Yeah, so it sounds like the first thing they'll need is a tape measure. So I think what probably makes sense is just to focus on using the same form factor that you have today. So what I mean is, if you have a slide-in range, get a slide-in. And if you have a cooktop, get a cooktop.
Absolutely, Keith. They do make both induction cooktops and ranges. Our home happened to be set up for a cooktop. As a matter of fact, it was a 36-inch design. So when we went out and purchased our induction cooktop, we were replacing a standard electric version with a cracked top.
Awesome. So we're done? We're done. We're done.
Not even close, Keith. Really, we're just getting started. So after you've verified the physical size of the appliance you need, you also need to go check your electrical panel.
See? I knew gas was better. I never had to check our panel.
Okay, Keith, I'm going to give you that one, okay? But for everyone else, here's why. Most induction cooktops are going to require a higher amperage breaker in order to support the magnetic coils that are used in the burners.
Wait, you cook with magnets? Oh, that sounds good.
Yes, induction cooking involves coils that generate a magnetic field. There isn't actually any heat generated by the cooktop itself.
I suppose that this is cold fusion or something like that?
You don't put any stock in this cold fusion mumbo jumbo, do you?
Actually, I do.
No, Keith, it's not cold fusion or magic, but it is really cool technology. If you'll give me a minute to finish the information about the larger breaker, I'll explain it. Can you do that for me?
I suppose, but make it quick. I want to get to the race part.
Okay, well, I'll make it quick then. So in our case, our regular electric cooktop required a 40 amp breaker, so that's what was installed. But our new induction cooktop required 50 amps. So I had a licensed electrician come out and inspect our wiring. And it turned out we actually could install a new 50 amp breaker in our panel without replacing any wiring. So that's what we ended up doing. So I absolutely recommend that you get a licensed electrician to inspect your wiring. So if you do need to increase the size of your breaker, you know you can do so without creating a fire risk.
Are we ready to race yet?
Not quite yet, Keith.
I knew it. You're chicken.
What's the matter? Chicken?
No, I'm not a chicken. But we do need to talk about cookware.
Cookware?
You serious, Clark?
Yes, I'm sorry, but cookware is actually really important for induction cooking. Remember those magnets you were making fun of me about?
Oh, how could I forget?
Well, since magnetism is used for the cooking process, cookware needs to be compatible. So that means no aluminum, no glass cookware can be used with an induction cooktop. A simple test is to take a magnet and put it in the bottom of your cookware, and if it sticks, it's probably going to work. As well, a lot of manufacturers will actually print right on the bottom of your pots and pans if they'll work for induction or not.
I'm not even going to say it.
Yeah, I know what you're thinking, Keith. We finally reached the part of the episode that you've been waiting for.
Where I get to kick your butt boiling water?
Yes. I mean, no, we're at the part where we get to have a boiling water race. Quickly, here are the rules. We're each going to measure out 5 quarts of water into a pan. We're going to allow 1 hour for the water to reach room temperature, or at least close enough for us. The winner is the one that reaches 212 degrees Fahrenheit first. We'll neglect the effects of altitude.
So I have a quick question. How are we going to measure the temperature of the water?
Oh man, I kind of forgot about that. I might have to go look around in the kitchen drawer and see if I can find a measuring device up there.
So I have been anticipating this butt kicking, and just to make sure there are no excuses on your end, I got something in the mail, and you should have it too, and that will help us make sure that everything is on the up and up.
I suppose this is the surprise unboxing you mentioned? But that's weird, the kids never... Oh. Never mind. I suppose that's my package to open?
On your marks, get set.
Dude, what are you doing?
Practicing.
I might need to get you some help.
Okay. Well, let's get these open, talk about them for a little bit, and then we'll get to racing.
All right, we'll get this pack open. This way. Let's see here. And pull it out. What do we got here? Ah, the Pro Cook Like a Pro digital food
guess what,
thermometer.
Bruce?
So, Keith, I gotta hand it to you. These are
same
exactly what we need to do our
TP16S?
testing properly. And I like the fact that we have the exact same units. It's almost like you've been trained in the scientific method or something.
Yeah, or something. All right. Let's get this open.
All right, so let's open
kinda
these
like
babies
Christmas.
up. Oh, there's some safety tape on mine. I don't know about yours.
Yeah, I got mine open.
I am struggling with mine, so you are way ahead of me.
Ooh.
Okay, I peeled it off. All right, so let's take a look at these bad boys. What do we got here? All right. Oh, these have a nice long probe cable. Nice.
Yeah. They gave us a battery,
Oh,
Bruce.
batteries included.
How many points do they get for the
Battery are
Plus
actually
2 points,
extra
I say.
points for sure. So, looks like we got the battery. Looks like there's a little integrated stand for it. So pretty slick, and you can do a timer function on it. And you've got centigrade and Fahrenheit. You guys aren't using centigrade up there in Michigan, are you?
No, we're still on the non-metric
Perfect.
system like the rest of the US.
Perfect. All right. Well, excellent. Well, let's get some batteries put in these and get this show started.
All right, let's do it.
Gentlemen, start your burners.
Keith, I was actually honestly pretty surprised by the results. Gas is the preferred cooking method of your professional chefs out there. So for induction cooking to offer that kind of speed in boiling water, now mind you, this is one test, but to boil the water significantly faster than gas was a little surprising to me. I thought this was going to be very, very close. And honestly, after all the trouble you were giving me, I was pretty nervous that induction would lose. So I have some final thoughts here. Along with the sleek design, induction cooktops offer some safety features that regular electric cooktops and gas cooktops don't offer.
Like what?
Induction cooktops don't heat the surface of the glass. It's not that they don't get warm, they do. But that heat is actually heat that's radiated from the pot or pan that's sitting on it. As well, if you turn on an induction cooktop burner and there isn't a compatible pan on it or anything at all, it shuts off. So you could literally put a cookbook on top of the burner, turn it on, and it won't start on fire. Now, I'm not saying you should put that to the test, but it is a lot safer when you have kids in the house.
Okay, I will give you that, because if I put a cookbook on our gas cooktop, I could roast marshmallows in about 5 minutes.
And like gas, induction gives you fast and responsive cooking. When you adjust the temperature controls, the substance responds almost immediately, just as it does with gas.
Okay, for all the trouble I gave you about induction, I must say it does sound pretty cool, especially in a situation where your house isn't already set up for gas, you have the right kind of power, maybe you already have the right kind of cookware already. So that does seem like it could be a very good option. Thanks again for joining us for episode 4. Incidentally, did you know that you can cook without any kind of cooktop whatsoever? By using an immersion heater, this is what we use for sous vide style cooking. If you're interested in how this bad boy could perform against gas or induction, let us know in those comments down below. We ran out of time for this episode, but we'd be happy to do this as a follow-on, add-on episode in the future. And as usual, any questions, comments, hopes, dreams, needs, fears, or funny stories, please comment down below, hit subscribe, and ring the bell.
Hey, you want to see some bloopers? If so, hit like, subscribe, and ring the bell to get notified of new videos. Seriously, they are funny. Just don't drink anything right now, or it will be coming out of your nose.
Take 4. Why not, right? So I have some final thoughts here. Take 3. I suppose this is the surprise. The surface. Oh. Okay. No more tongue-tied. All right, here we go.